On today's video, we're going to look through update 21, the patch notes. They've been out for a couple days. I didn't have a chance to make the video when they came out. Let's go read through everything. There are things in this that I'm going to clarify that are not necessarily 100% clear. I may or may not have more information to reveal to you guys about a few things within this patch notes. So you really want to stick around. There may be a couple of leaks. There may be a little bit of rumors that are very probable. Everything and anything you need to know about the update 21 that's coming up on the 11th on this video. You really don't want to miss it out. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to the Gekko. Today we're going to read through the update 21 patch notes, explain some things that are very unclear, talk a little bit about the things that are being done in this update and what is the effect of them on Rise of Kingdoms as a whole. I have a few leaks, I have a few rumors that are very probable. We're going to talk about exactly what that means in a moment, but for now let's start reading through the patch notes and see what we can get done. So the Osiris League is here. This is going to be a 3-hour update. We apologize for inconvenience, blah, 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 whatever. The Osiris League is here. The strongest alliance will stand triumphant across the land, join this unprecedented cross-world war to determine the true ruler. A new battle format which governors can join in and watch epic battles of their alliances. Note, you cannot participate in the Osiris League and Ark of Osiris at the same time. So there's a first screenshot in here. We're going to talk more in depth about the Osiris League a little bit later on the video. But for now, what I can tell you is this. First of all, the first hint that is very important for us to understand is that there are two separate things, the Osiris League and the Ark of Osiris. This is very good news because it means that those who don't have Osiris Leagues will still have regular Ark of Osirises going on. And so their fun will not be disrupted, especially people who do not qualify for the top 32 top alliances for the first run, for the first, like, we would call it like a test run on the first 32 top alliances. What we also see as a second hit in this picture is that there seem to be dates in here for about a 3-month event. Now, don't take these dates as real dates, right? This is from a dev build. God knows from when, what the date is on that build, right? They could have ran it and on their server, whatever it is, it's like January or something like that. So don't pay attention to these dates. I know they've passed, but what's interesting to note is that there is about 3 months worth of time right here. And if that is accurate, this is going to be a 3-month-long event. And it looks like it's going to have a registration phase, a group drawing phase, and qualifier phases once every week. The things we don't know about yet are how many matches a week will you get? What are the times of these matches? Will there even be an option? I don't believe there will be an option. It will be, this is the time, show up or don't, like pretty much every other esport, sport, or anything else. On top of that, the third thing we're not really aware of is how many alliances are participating. Now, this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about as something that I don't really consider a leak. There are a couple of sources of information across many different like platforms in from Rise of Kingdoms, and I have my messenger pigeon, right? The person, the individual, the pigeon that leaks the information out of the Lilith offices into my ears very gently. Someone sitting outside, you know, listening in, always paying attention. And when I get information from the messenger pigeon, when I get a little message rolled up, tied up to the pigeon's leg, I know it is 100% accurate. This is information that I cannot confirm 100%, and therefore I'm telling it to you, but remember that there is still a question mark around it. From my understanding, there is going to be a total of 16 alliances out of each kingdom, meaning 512 total alliances participating in the Osiris League. And there's going to be 3 group stages in which you thin down 512 all the way down to either 16 or 32. And then from there, there's going to be a regular playoffs bracket, which is then gonna go all the way to first place. I'm assuming it'll be 16, top 16, and then you'd have like an 8th, a quarterfinal, a semifinal, and a final, right? So I think that's how this is gonna go, but that information is not 100% sure. There is one piece of information that is 100% sure, which we're going to talk about in a moment. We'll come back to that in a bit, so you guys really want to stick around on the video. Don't just go away after listening to the first small leak. There's another one coming in a little bit. The Shadow Legion is on the move. Legendary Force Clan in an armor of shadow is coming. Prepare your forces to defend against their onslaughter. There are no real victors in this fight. There are only survivors. Those who may or may not walk away with a permanent city skin. Interesting. A new way to get a skin. I like it. A new Alliance game mode, it's a full Alliance game mode, is now available. Successfully defending against 25 attacks from the Shadow Legion against various Alliance members to earn great rewards. Make plans and withstand the fearsome siege. So we have a screenshot of the event right here. You have both individual points and Alliance points from what I'm seeing. There's going to be, on top of that, a More Than Gems event. No, I'm kidding. But I really would like this Academic Elite, the 2-day event, research event. Lilith, where is this already? I've been waiting for it for months. Anyway, we can see from this Shadow Invasion event that there is a very small window in which it happens. And from my understanding, it happens at night in the game, which is super, super cool. So this is one of those, kind of like one of those Silk Road Adventures event where you had to follow this Silk Road thing around and, you know, defend it from attacking barbarians. Now there's going to be barbarians that will attack us, the Alliance that is involved in this and part of the event. I'm assuming there's going to be a certain area in which you need to be part of the event. It can't just be just across the kingdom for everybody. And when that happens, you have each one of these levels, there are difficulty levels, each have their own special skills, each difficulty level has its own rewards, and it's an Alliance thing where everybody can participate or decide not to participate. But it seems like the time restriction is limited by the game itself. This might cause a little bit of issues in terms of time zone situations. Maybe this will be very bad time for someone in, I don't know, in the United States or something. So you got to keep an eye on the times and figure out when these events are happening. That's a little bit of a downfall of it, but I'm super excited to see how the Shadow Legion invasion is going to work out and if we're going to get a cool event with more action. Note, the Shadow Legion will only attack kingdoms which have existed for more than 30 days. That's very important to remember. New commanders have arrived. Now, in the classic Lilith fashion, they dropped 2 commanders on us without even giving us a little bit of a heads up. Not even the content creators. Very, very, very disappointing from Lilith. But still, hey, we got 2 new commanders, so I can't be mad at it, right? I would love to know about it a little bit ahead of time, give you guys a little bit more answers to all your questions, but none of us know a single thing just yet. And here's the deal. The Vengeful Queen Tamiris is a skillful whatever ruler awaits your summoning. Now, she is holding an arrow, she has a bow, she has arrows. We're not going to fall for that one again, but there seems to be a small chance that this lady is an actual archer commander. She has a shield as well around her for arrows. So everything about her is indicating an archer commander. But then again, we don't really know if it's true or not. Nothing's guaranteed. So let's not make that assessment about her just yet, but please, archer commander, I really would appreciate that. Burning with furious anger, Edward the Black Prince will only answer the call of the strongest rulers. Both of them with bows. This guy's holding on to a sword, so he could be an infantry commander. He could be a little sneaky infantry commander, even though he has his bow, and even though he's shooting at, he seemed to be around targets. Nobody says that he shot these targets. He could be the infantry commander passing by the armory and on the way passing by the range or something like that. So Edward the Black Prince, 2 commanders that seem to be archer commanders. If they both are archer commanders, that's going to be a huge change in the balance of commanders, no matter what kind of skills they have. Just by the fact that you'll have more commanders that have that archery tree available to them, and I'm assuming a couple of skills that will be beneficial for archers. This could really change the tides in the game as to which type of troops are the favored ones and the stronger ones within the game. So Edward the Black and Edward the Black Prince and Tamiris the whatever the heck ruler. New commanders will become available for summoning in all kingdoms that are more than 120 days old. This line right here is the most important line of everything. We've noticed in the past that Lilith were very specific as to how you can get these commanders. They say for Alexander it's going to be a wheel. They let us know that the commanders that are Constantine and Saladin will be part of Mightiest Governor. I broke that leak a long time ago, first a while back. And now we're seeing available for summoning. Now the way you summon a commander is by, of course, getting those sculptures. I'm hoping and praying that this means that they'll be part of the tavern as gold key commanders. If that happens, this is going to be a huge change for us in Rise of Kingdoms. 2 more commanders, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if one is an epic and one is a legendary. Again, I'll say it once again, the content creators have not been given any extra information. And my pigeon is currently traveling in between Israel and China. You know, it's a long trip. So I didn't really get any information about this just yet. But if we get any information whatsoever on top of this video of leaks, and if you guys have any questions you want me to directly ask Lilith Gaming about these commanders, about the game modes, about the update, in the comments down below, well, in the description down below, you'll find my Discord group. Join the Discord group, send me your questions there, and if I find any more information, if I get any more information, I will be posting it exclusively on the Discord group on the lounge room. So you want to make sure you're there to not miss it out. New features for the expedition, new expedition levels, and a new city attack defense mode is online. This is a bit weird. I don't really understand what this means just yet. I'm assuming that you can get either attacked or you can defend your city from certain NPCs, barbarians or whatever it is, and in return you will get these rewards. Maybe your city will be ported into the expedition map, and from there you have to defend or attack another city or something like that. There's very little explanation about this, and I am inquiring more information about this. So again, the Discord group will have all the information that is not in this video. You can, a wall of photos, you can upload photos into your governor profile. I don't really know how beneficial this is gonna be, but okay, whatever, I guess. Pictures. New city themes. We have Explore the Mystical Heliopolis and the Magnificent Gift of the Nile. Warriors who take on the challenge of Osiris League Season 1 will have a chance to earn these limited edition skins. You have skin number 1 right here, and skin that looks like skin number 2. This one is the epic version of it, and this one is the legendary version of the skin. We're seeing here a archer attack on the epic one against the infantry defense decrease, and we're seeing an overall troop attack and training speed in return for defense decrease. And this skin is actually super interesting. We're starting to see how city skins can affect your day-to-day. Just like we had a barbarian hunting one, I think, or an XP earning one, we also have one now that increases your training of troops. So you will have to obviously remember to equip this to train troops at the fastest possible rate. And of course, an extra 3% troop attack is even better. I don't really know if it's worth the trade-off of archer defense. And of course, if you're using specialized commanders and marches, you have the themes that are for each one of those, that even the epic levels do a better job. So I don't know if utilizing this is the best thing you can do, especially because you're limiting yourself to only cavs and infantries, and then, you know, pick one and go with that skin rather than this. But still, an awesome pair of skins. I'm assuming this one will be much easier to get, and this one will go towards the playoffs teams or something like that. That's my guess. New Conquering and Garrison talents with broader use. Adjustment to Conquering talents, the talent tree. The Tier of Blessing, the number of troops that die when attacking another governor's city is reduced by 3%, and are instead severely wounded. So that's an interesting one. You can now start hitting some cities and slowing down the deaths a little bit. Meteor Shower, when attacking garrisons, normal attacks have a 10% chance to increase all damage dealt on the next turn by 10%. This is again to a little bit incentivize people to go city versus city. Entrenched, increase all damage dealt to garrison by 1%. Damage taken from garrison is reduced by 1%. Adjustments to the garrison talents, pretty much all of them are now effective in all garrison situations. Now, all garrison situations is a huge question mark. Are flags considered garrison? Are passes considered garrison? Are, I don't know, cities are garrisoned, but are buildings, natural buildings, forget about, you know, Alliance Fortress and flags. What about the buildings within the game? Shrines, Lost Temple. Is that all garrison? I think so. And with that being said, you're now looking at potentially starting to swap commanders that are defending a building very often, as you're going to want to have a little bit of a garrison when certain things are attacking you. When other things are attacking you, you might want to have a counter attack. So this is adding a lot of depth to the game itself. Now, I promised you guys one more leak, which is going to come in a bit. Last thing we have to talk about are the small optimizations that we have here. A welcome to the Alliance message is now available and sent automatically to all new members. My real question to this one is, will this message go to every single person joining the Alliance? Does this mean that every time I join I leave my Alliance and join it back, I get this message? If so, a little bit annoying, but I like the fact that you can now set up a pre-made mail with everything you need your new members to know. Of course, you won't be able to fit necessarily everything in 2,000 characters, but you'll be able to direct them to your Discord, direct them to the basic rules, how to find them, where to find them, who the people are to talk to. Just a really basic, like, initiation kind of thing. Very cool stuff. I like this a lot. Caravan Escort event has been optimized, which means it's coming back. Participating governors now have a chance to get extra rewards. This is interesting. We'll have to figure out what that means once it comes. City editor can now switch between day and night. This is kind of cool because now you can see in the city editor how your city will look at night as well, with all the lights and stuff like that. You can place light poles and things like that. It can be very cool. Very good place for a little bit of creativity. Made adjustments to map icons, optimized notifications of mysterious merchant arrival at the courier station to be more apparent, adjusted the difficulty level of Karak ceremony. The boss troops deal more damage, but their overall troop level has been decreased. Fixed an Alliance territory bug in which territory possession would not change after another Alliance took control. That's an interesting one. I have never seen it before. But let's close out this video with the last leak right here, ladies and gentlemen. This image has been going around the community for a little bit now, and I wasn't going to talk about it. I wasn't going to release it. I wasn't going to say anything about it, but I hope that Lilith don't get mad at me for putting this out there. Most of the community, it's got to me from 5 or 6 different sources, okay? So it's already all over the place. When it first came out, I heard about it, I think when it first came out, and I couldn't necessarily talk about it because I didn't know its authenticity. I didn't want to risk the source or anything like that. But at this point, it's spread around so much that I can show you this image right here. What you're looking at is an image that was leaked out of an offline event that Rise of Kingdoms had in Taiwan. This is a small preview of the Osiris League itself. Now, I did go ask Lilith Gaming what is this, because I received it from so many people, and so many people, I saw it posted on the ROK Discord group and stuff like that. I really didn't want to put that out there until really it became because I believe that image was not supposed to go anywhere, and I don't want to compromise the individual who took it. But now that it's out there, we can talk about it. I can let you guys know that it is true, and this is a first look at how the group stage of the Osiris League will look like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope the leaks were entertaining for you. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this update, about the leaks that I talked about. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything down there as well. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Discord in the description as well. Thank you guys for following me on Discord. We crossed the 200 followers on Twitter. I apologize. Discord, we're over 1,100. Twitter, 200 plus followers. I appreciate you guys very much for clicking that follow, those of you who participated in the Twitter ROK event. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you for liking the video and subscribing. I'll see you sooner rather than later. Thank you again for all your continued support. Take care. Peace.